Hey, g'day guys, Sam here from Trader Puffs. So looking at Ethereum, and I'm using the channel method or the pitchfork, and there's a fair bit of alignment with this method. It looks bearish from my perspective. We've had this support line for a while. If we break that, we have to be bearish because it's been a prevalent support and resistance along the way. And that's where we've got the confluence. So it's almost there. This is a 3-day chart. It's likely to come down, which is roughly, let's have a closer look. Eventually, I think it will come down to that level and then really retest that trend line. Now, what it looks like a grind line. So, Fibonacci in the channel, we have a few confluence lineups with fibs, and therefore, if we were to lose this level, on the 3-day, so if we get a candle below it, it's not good. So let's look at it from another perspective, just using basic Fibonacci. Swing high, swing low, and we break the 786. Let's see if we can look at it from another way. And 0.786, okay, give or take. If we were to move this up a bit, ignore the wicks, still a 786, which seems like a harmonic in my opinion. Whenever I see a 786, it seems like a harmonic. Here we will have another look from another perspective, and the fib extension on 1 was our main support. Now we'll look at the 6.68. That was our main resistance. We broke up above it, so we're looking at it from a number of angles, and obviously this, can we say that is a major grind line for future reference. So the pitchfork with this orange is our golden ratio level. Main resistance, the medium of this pitchfork right there, we've lost it. So we've broken above it, and then we eventually found resistance. So what it looks like is we are coming down to this level, even with the pitchfork. Now, even from this pitchfork perspective, if we break that level, it's going to go, so it's going to come down to this level, in my opinion, and it's got confluence with other areas of support, which is about 1500. And if it bounces, breaks through it, then we're going to use this as a resistance, and chances of coming down more. Then we've got this diagonal channel, and let's see if I've mapped that out somewhere before. There we go. So we've got the diagonal one coming down, and we use these reference points. Yep, and it does seem like we have a picture. I haven't seen this for a while. There we go. So we found some support. Again, this golden ratio looks like if it breaks below it, then we're going to have this golden ratio and potentially come down more. I do feel like we might just backtest this previous support or this level at the minimum. So we are coming down to about $1,000 really. So when you're looking from a Wyckoff perspective, we had our ABC from a macro wave 5 impulse. We have our corrective wave, and the corrective wave is still in progress. And that's what we have. Bearish sentiments. Now, worst case scenario. So I'm looking at this as a automatic rally. So I'm a Wyckoff, buying, selling climax. That's our secondary test. This is our up thrust, slightly above the previous, which makes sense. Now we're going back for a secondary test and phase B. It could be a spring. It could be here. Maybe even just take it out. That'll be a nice entry. And so if this is a wave 5 on the way down, then this is a 1, 2, 3, which is a flat, and then we're going to have a complex. So that's a flat coming down, and then potentially there, or worst case scenario, we come down to this level, guys. Bummer. That is a worst case scenario where if the market really goes bearish, I'll be looking to enter there. And if I don't have cash, I'll borrow. So that is a Wyckoff accumulation. So after topping off structure from there, that is a topping off structure. That target I think has been reached. So if we were to do that, give us yeah, roughly has been reached. So that head and shoulders, or whatever you want to call it, has been reached. Reaccumulation potentially. If it's a real bad situation where the stock market drops, then there we go. But that is the worst case scenario. Looking for what we haven't had is really a back test for the bear market. So this back test for the bear market needs to come through. If it fails, then it's going to drop a fair bit. Bitcoin will drop the same way in similar circumstances. So the back test hasn't been really tested, and this might be a real boring phase. A grind. I still feel like we might actually get there. You have the old bear pattern, bear flag. Is this a bigger bear flag? It's got a similar structure in a way, but on a bigger, yeah, but just bigger. Look at it. It's very, very similar. And Bitcoin did that as well. So on the face of it, it does look bearish on the macro. Is this a wave 3, wave 4, and then wave 5 comes down here? Very possible, guys. We can potentially have. I don't want to think about it, but it potentially can play out a long term. It really comes down to the stock market and the US dollar. If the US dollar keeps going strong, I don't think it will go and do this. I think we've already done it. I think we're just going to have a flat structure, a correction wave. So this is a complex one. We had an ABC, then we have a flat, and maybe X, Y, Z, and then up. But for now, definitely going down. Give me a like and share. Talk to you soon. Cheers.